Hi guys, welcome back to Uneasy Productions. My name is Tom and I'm joined by
Ian.
By popular demand.
I know,
After the last one went really well. We are about to play some more Walking Dead All Out War. We've got a 200-point game that you have kindly designed.
I have. It's called Uneasy Alliances and we're going to give it a go today.
Yeah, it's a fantastic battle type where we actually have to start by working together and then have to kind of maybe turn on each other.
Who knows? Depends how it goes.
So we're going to show it off to you, and if you would like to have a go at this scenario, you can find a link down in the description below for you to download it and let us know your thoughts. So before that, let's go get to our crews. Right then, here are our crews for today's battle report. And I've pulled some of the models out of the Here's Negan box set because I want to get them on the All Out War kind of trail and see how they do. So I've got the Negan Bad Mother Bleep. He is really good. He's central because all the other ones have a rule that we'll talk about in a second. So he's got Lucille, obviously, so he's rolling a lot of dice in
Can't Negan without Lucille, can you?
And he's got some bandages just in case he gets clobbered very early on. He's accompanied by Tara and John. Now Tara is very much a walker killing specialist with a hunting knife and a first aid kit. I've tried to give them all the weapons that they actually have in the Here's Negan game.
Yep.
So she's very good, rolls extra dice against the walkers. When she kills one, she impresses Negan, which means she gains a red dice to add to a pool that she can use for anything she wants. John is also a walker killing specialist in the sense that he's got a crowbar and police vest, and if he is outnumbered 2 to 1, he adds an extra dice, and if he wins the outnumbered combat, he also impresses Negan. So their focus is to essentially go ahead of Negan, kill the walkers, impress him, and then they've got dice just in case they need to then use them on fellow survivors.
In a game with this nature, we've got a certain number that we need to kill. It's a nice idea, that as well.
No shooting, pure combat squad, so no Laura, because she's fantastic from a distance, and it kind of keeps our points low. How about you, mate?
Fab. So we've gone for the Green family, trying to keep it nice and themed. The leader, the patriarch of the family, is Herschel Green. Obviously, he's got his vet bag, so he can look after the rest of his family. I have given him a hunting knife because when I've used him in the past without a weapon, his combat isn't so good. And I've given him a leather jacket just to try and keep him protected.
I hate those leather jackets.
I love them to bits. I always use them now. I always use them.
So you just discard all damage from one combat, which means that if I do decide to turn on you,
and
you
with
can
Lucille,
laugh at it.
yeah, Lucille can bounce off that leather jacket, can't she? Probably leading the force, although he is the group, the actual official leader. Billy's probably going to be the most dangerous character that I have on the board. Billy is, again, leather jacketed up, and he has got a machete as well, which is going to be fantastic because we want to get into combat. Patricia is the only person on the board for either team that's got a ranged weapon. She's got a compound bow and she's also got the claw hammer just to again increase her chances in melee. And then finally, a few points have been spent on Susie and Rachel Green, which are these two girls pictured here. They've got a really nice rule called Think of the Children, which will be explained later on, and basically trying to keep them as close to the rest of the Green family as possible. I have given them gory clothing just to try and protect them because their melee isn't so strong, and neither is their defence, so we just want to keep them alive to support the other three. Yeah,
they're quintessential support. They're a fragile walking buff, essentially, so keeping the gory clothing is good. So we are going to be penned in together at the start.
We are.
Until we get to medium threat, so we'll go and deploy and we'll cut back in a second. Okay, so this is how things look as we have set up the battlefield. It's a lovely battlefield we've got.
It really is.
Nice little residential estate.
Yes.
But we've all deployed together, Ian.
We have, because we're playing a game called Uneasy Alliances, where basically our two crews, as you can see here in the backyard of the house, have been put together. They've got to form an uneasy alliance because of where they are, and they're surrounded by walkers. So the aim of the game today is to essentially kill 10 walkers, and then the crew that gets off the board edge is the one that wins if they get it off first.
So 10 walkers between us, so realistically you could potentially have Negan kill 9 and then one of the Greens pop 1.
I think that's what the Greens are going to try and do, to be perfectly honest with you. That is what they're going to do.
So we're going to have 10 walkers dead before we can then try and escape, and it's the first full crew off the board.
First full crew off the board.
However, we can't start hitting each other straight away,
we can't, because we have agreed that we're not going to do that until the threat gets to medium.
For now.
And then once we get to there, who knows what Negan or the Greens may do.
So once we get to medium, we can then choose to attack each other if it's useful.
Absolutely.
There are 5 supply tokens you can see in orange across the battlefield. They are just a secondary objective, just for us to kind of get supplies. And
you never know when you might need some bandages.
Yeah, or a handy grenade.
Yeah, anything like that would be good.
So we're going to roll off and we'll go to the first activation of the first turn. Right, so for a change, we can actually do like all activations in one shot because we're starting off. So you won the roll off, mate.
Yeah.
My temporary friend. So who are you going to go with first?
Well, because we are friends, I think we need to just basically kill some walkers. So I'm going to have Billy. He's going to actually run, Billy, but he's not going to run straight to the walker. He's going to stop shy of the walker because this is going to create noise. So the nearest walker is just going to come in to engage him.
I think, for me then, the saviours, Negan's going to do something very similar. So we've pre-measured this and Negan can pretty much run around to there so that he's just closer to Johnny Rotten to pull him in with some noise.
Fantastic. Now, the girls, because of a special rule called Think of the Children, it's in my interest to keep the Susie and Rachel Green as close to all the Green family members as possible so they can get a bonus. So they're just literally going to hang around there, and having crept, that shouldn't pull a walker.
I think the Greens are going to go this way and the Saviour's probably going to go this way for now. So I think Tara's going to sprint just around the corner here, again pre-measured, so she will drag that walker in. So that kind of frees up the immediate ground for our other three now. So who are you going to go with next?
We're going to go with Patricia now because she's the only one in my crew that's got a ranged weapon.
She's the only one in the battle who's got a ranged weapon.
Yeah, she is actually, isn't she?
The bludgeoning team.
Well, I think the way the scenario is set up, there's no need to have a lot of guns, is there?
Yeah, we know we've got to beat walkers down.
We do. So she's going to creep for... creep move 4, and then she's actually going to fire her bow and she's going to aim at this walker here.
Lovely. So you've probably got some space actually if you want to roll it in there. Actually,
sounds good.
We've got a lovely dice tray that's been created. So she rolls a 3.
No headshots.
The walker can't beat that. Rolls a 1, so it is knocked prone.
So it is.
So we'll pop
prone hoping walker to get first blood in here. Not that there's any bonus for that, but
just cool points. Cool points. That's what it is. So John has been blocked off a little bit here.
He has actually
by the Greens. So he's probably just gonna sneak for now actually as well. I think he's just gonna go to that position there, which might block off poor Herschel.
Well, to be honest, Herschel's in the team essentially. He's a patch-up man, making sure everyone else is fully healed. So again, he is just going to creep. Probably creep as far as he can actually, just to stay as close as we can to everyone else.
And that is going to be the easiest set of activations for a turn I'm ever going to have to edit. That's going to be great. So we are going to go to the event phase and see what kicks off. And on to the event phase then, mate.
Okay, so if we draw the card, we are getting the Rapture. The
Rapture, that's a new one.
It is a new one. I'm excited to use this one. So it says add red dice to the threat level, which is an interesting thing to do.
1. So we go up to threat level 2.
Yep. But this is effect for all threat levels anyway. It says all prone walkers immediately stand up, and we do have one. So up it gets.
Any further effects?
Nope, that's it.
Lovely, so that's relatively alright, but we have got combat. So as we go into the melee phase, the threat tracker will go up to level 3, meaning we are on the very edge of all quiet. So we'll go to the combat next. On to melee then, and we're going to get some our proper heavy hitters again stuck in straight away.
Billy's probably my strongest guy for melee. Well, he is, there's no doubt about it actually, because he's armed with a machete, which gives him an extra white dice, which is fantastic.
So he's squaring off against this walker lady here.
So let's see how he gets on. That's not bad.
That's a dead walker, so she has been removed.
Good, 1 kill.
Let's see if the saviours can match it then. So Negan is gonna put Lucille to use. He's against Johnny Rotten. He's got a blue dice and 2 white here. So
blank for the walker.
He absolutely bludgeons him to death.
That's that's an epic kill.
Now Tara's quite interesting because Tara's got the ability to impress Negan here, and just in case we haven't gone through, the impress ability allows her to kind of gain a red dice on her that she can use for any roll. So she's got a white and a red because she's got a hunting knife. And she can re-roll any dice using a weapon with a sharp keyword. So she's going to try with these 2 dice to kill a walker. Which one's mathematically better to roll? I'm going to try and re-roll the white. Hey, right, so gets the kill there. And because she has impressed Negan, this red dice will now live on her card that she can add to a roll when she wants to. But that is successful kills. We've already got 3 walkers dead.
3 is not bad.
This alliance might fall apart very quickly.
I think it might do. It's not in my interest for it to, but it might well do.
Right, so we haven't got much to tidy up. We'll go to the end phase next. And this is how things go. Probably the most successful turn we've ever recorded because it's been peaceful and the survivors have worked together.
Yeah. It's nice cooperatively.
It's lovely. We should just play this all the time. We shouldn't try and kill each other. Shh, I'm lying. Anyway, So I'm going to have priority for the next turn. So the saviours are going to have to decide now exactly where they want to be, because I think me and Ian have loosely mentioned this, that when it gets to medium, our positioning is going to matter a lot, and having John hanging out behind the greens is quite a tense situation.
I don't know, I think Patricia's lovely.
She'll just give him some like tips, like, you know, make him some herbal tea, and Herschel will patch him up. So yeah, we've got no prone walkers to stand up and nothing to worry about there, so we're going to go straight into the activations for turn 2. And again, I think we're going to be spreading out here, venturing forth, so we're going to see if we can do a few activations kind of on the bounce. So Negan then is going to run. Yeah, he's going to run just to this position here and pull this walker into combat with him to start off. He's kind of leading the charge.
Billy's my analogous character to that one, and again he's leading the charge for the greens. He's going to run but stop short of this walker so that it causes noise, and the walker's just going to engage with him.
See, now I've got difficult decisions. It's where to put Tara and John. So I think Tara is probably good on her killing Negan support. So she is going to make a run action just to that position there and pull in. It's just, they're very quick when they run, which is really, really useful. So made noise, but again, just pulled in the nearest walker. How about you, mate?
So Susie and Rachel are staying very close to their brother, mainly for the bonus that they can give him. And so they're just going to creep to there, and we're going to stay there.
I think John, I mean, for the sake of ease, we're going to cut through the middle here.
Yeah.
I think John doesn't really want to be doing too much. He's actually going to just kind of keep you company, mate, which in no way do you need to be worried about that. He's just going to keep an eye on the greens with his crowbar.
Yeah.
He's just going to make sure everything's okay.
Don't blame him. So Patricia is going to creep, but she's going to stand next to him.
Yeah, she's continuing to share these, like, you know, herbal remedies.
I know, it's brilliant. She's a very kind, caring person. She is.
The gun that she's got in her hand.
I know. Well, what she's actually going to do, she is going to use a ranged weapon now, because she's got this walker in front of her now. She's got a lovely clear line of sight. So
this is her compound bow that she's using, is it?
It certainly is compound bow, and with the run of the compound bow, she gets 2 and a headshot.
The walker gets 2 and a headshot, draws it. So survivors win all draws, but it's not a knockdown.
I know, so I've got to make my ammo reload.
Make it, you're fine. So, that walker just kind of like took the bolt. It was like, no!
Took it very well. I'm very disappointed.
Poor Herschel, who amazingly on camera is just like poking his head over the top of the face.
So Herschel's going to basically make sure he stays near his wife, and there he goes.
He's going to be the first one that John kills.
I hope not.
I mean, no, what? Sorry?
Herschel's my safety net, he is.
So this is really interesting now, because like Ian's deliberately stacked the event cards with ones that will produce more walkers. So we've got things to churn through potentially, but we've got another 3 walkers potentially that we can kill here.
Yeah.
But low threat to medium threat is a very short jump. So we'll go to the event cards and see what we draw next. Okay, so this is all going really well.
It is. I'm really pleased with the position of my team, because we're not near Negan.
Famous last words.
To be honest.
So event card then, mate.
Yeah, here we go. So draw from the top of the pile. We get the Walking Dead, which is +2 to the threat.
We spoke too soon, so that puts us immediately up to low threat, level 5.
Over that threshold. And for low threat, it's actually quite a tense one. We are adding 2 white dice worth of walkers entering play and then moving towards the nearest survivor. Right,
so 2 white dice. Oh! 4 walkers going to enter play.
It's a good job with allies.
That is good.
Easy allies.
So they're going to have 2 each, and we will then place into the nearest survivor. So we'll cut away and do that now. And Ian's immediately screwed me there with his 2.
We have got Negan with Lucille, so you know it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine.
So we've got 2 walkers that have came on from the bottom. One is engaged Negan, one is engaged Tara. I've put Big Daddy Kingpin Walker. He's just came up behind John, but he's kind of heading towards Herschel and Maggie. And at the top, a walker has kind of strolled onto the road just to kind of cause a bit of hassle that way. I was tempted to bring one on in the gap that we need to get across, but I think still, the more walkers that are near the top of the screen, you've got to go that way to kill them. And I think that's going to be huge, because potentially we've got 3 walkers dead already. Could be 7 or 8 dead by this one.
I think the addition of those 2 extra walkers in combat with Negan and Tara might make it a little bit harder possibly.
Yeah. But then the upside is that bottom part of the map is quite free, so the saviours don't have to kill people. I can almost force you to go north. So we've got +1 to the threat again, because there is combat. So we're on to level 6, and we will go for combat. We'll start with the saviours. Right then, Negan is going to lead the way for me. He's got 2 walkers. He's got a white, 2 whites for Lucille and a blue. But if he gets any headshots, he can roll another one, which is going to be useful. So you've got 3 dice you're rolling.
You've got 2 walkers in that.
So
we get 2.
That is 2 there for your success. I'll just pull these into camera. I've got a headshot, and so that's 1 dead, but I get to add white now because I've got a headshot. So, oh no, so I kill 1. So that takes us up to 4 dead walkers. And this fellow gets knocked away and laid prone. Tara then. Well, Tara's in a tricky situation. So Tara's got a white and a red. And I think I'm going to use my Impress Me dice to add a red.
Not
just so
a
I've
bad
got the
idea.
rerolls. So 3 dice for you and 3 for me.
We get 2.
Oh, I got 2, so I'm going to use my reroll to reroll this one. Oh no, it's just a draw. So survivors win all draws, but that is not a kill. So these guys get pushed away.
Fab.
How
now
about
we've got Billy fighting with Machete. He killed one last turn. Let's see if you can replicate that.
So got 1 walker here. Walker
gets
on
2.
So pushed
Laid
away
prone.
and laid prone. However, that's not many kills for us actually. So those extra walkers adding the gang ups do cause a little bit of trouble.
They do.
So we'll see if the ones that are knocked down stand up, and we'll go to the end phase. And here we are at the end of the second turn, and the walker in the middle did stand back up, so she's going to be continuing to guard near that supply counter. So priority is going to go to you, mate.
It is.
How are we feeling now? Because we've gone from we'll work together and do this all kind of in one kind of synchronised action. Now we are going to have to separate.
I think it's good that we've separated. I think it suits me, to be perfectly honest. And that's what I'm concerned about, so there we go.
So we're currently on threat level 6. I think we might see a few tactical choices in this one.
Yeah, because once we get to medium, remember, we're no longer allies.
No, we're not. And we've got 4 walkers dead so far. So there might be a bit of a thinning of the greens coming up. So we'll go to the first activation of turn 3.
Okay, so we're going to start with Billy, and Billy is not happy that he didn't kill that walker, so we're literally just going to re-engage because we want to kill it with our machete in this turn.
Round 2.
We certainly are. I think we should get it this time as well.
Negan then, seeing that the greens are getting a little bit away from him, is going to make a run action to this position here.
Bold statement.
I want to control the middle of the board, really, and especially the side which you need to escape from. So I'm going to pull this walker in from the noise, and Negan is just going to stand there next to Billy and be like, I'll show you how to kill walkers, mate. And then potentially you later.
I know. Okay, so with Patricia then, she's just going to do a little pivot on the spot, and she's spotted this walker that's crept on.
She's been shocked at this giant walker that's appeared.
It's crept up on us, so we're going to fire an arrow at it, and no headshots.
3, and the walker gets 2, so...
Nothing doing.
You do knock it prone though.
Which is good,
Which is very useful.
It is. So now, for her second action, she's going to turn back around, and we want to engage a walker. So what she's actually going to do is deliberately create noise to attract this walker.
She's shout some walker abuse, which I think we'll get there. Over here. John might help you out here, actually. Oh, there's a temptation to assist.
Yeah. And what I think might be worth noting here is I've deliberately got the girls in between the 2 green characters so that both of these can get the bonus as well, which might well be handy.
Yeah, what's the bubble called that they give?
It's called Think of the Children. So when Susie and Rachel are in the kill zone of any friendly green family model, that model may reroll 1 dice per melee attack.
Ah, that'd be really, really useful.
It will be.
Okay, so we'll go back to the saviours. Over to Tara then, and she's just going to casually walk past this pile of walkers and be like, nope, 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 nope. And go to this position here, and she is going to search this supply token. So let's just grab that. She draws what pile of lurkers. Oh dear. Oh, there's a lot of this one. It's an incident. So the searching model and all survivors in its kill zone, so just her, suffer melee attacks with 2 red dice and may only defend. The attacks of the subjects to the Bitten rule then increase the threat level by white dice and discard the card. So 2 red dice there, mate. Do you want to roll there?
Absolutely, for the walkers.
So they rolled 3 with a bite. Ooh. Oh, Tara has got a blue defense dice, so she's going to need to do well here.
She's done very well there.
She just about dodges it. That would have been very painful. She has got an amazing defense. And then it is a white dice worth added to the threat. So we're on level 6 at the moment. And we go up to level 8. We are now on the cusp of getting to medium threat, just before the inevitable combat starts.
Yeah.
I don't know whether that's been a good or bad move there. I'm not sure if that's helped or hindered us. Nah, let's go back to the greens and see how they respond.
we're on the edge of low threat to medium now, so I'm starting to panic, as the Greens would do. So I think what we're going to do here, Susie and Rachel Green, they're going to try and lower the threat level and hold the nerve. So we need a star, which we get.
Yeah, I'll just pull it back in. There you go. So
Lovely.
we lower the threats. We go back down to level 7.
That might get us another turn on low threat, hopefully.
See, that's affected my decisions now, so we'll go to John. Right, that's just changed things for me, because John was going to go and stand next to the girls, and just basically, knowing that the combat would increase it to 1 more, would go to me and then just bludgeon them.
It's quite sadistic, that really, isn't it?
It's a calculated move, but I think I'm going to have to rely on the event cards now, so I think I'm still going to do it. Technically, at the moment, I can't attack you, but if we're in medium when it gets to combat, I can. So I'm just going to go and engage the girls. Ooh. And John is just going to go with the pretense of, are you alright? Do you need any help with anything? And then, pow, with the crowbar.
Oh my.
So Herschel's got a lot of pressure on his medical shoulders now.
He does. Fab. So really, you know, with John standing near them, I want this threat
He's
to
just
come
helping
down.
the girls. He's
I'm
just
sure he is.
okay.
I'm sure he is. I'm sure he's an ulterior motive. So Herschel's my last activation, and we're going to start off with a hold your nerve roll, which is failed. So that makes things slightly more anxious. But then for the second action, Herschel is actually going to engage because they want to get another kill.
Just curb stomp this walker. Yeah. So that's all the activations, so let's go to the event card.
Okay, so let's draw the event card. From
You're breaking it with this event card.
I am. I don't want anything but... we've got 2 quiet witches, add 1 to the threat level.
That's not the worst one, but yeah, it's going to mess you up.
But when you see what it then says for all quiet and low threat, the walker suddenly stopping, nothing seems to happen, but then we add another 1 to the threat.
So we go from 8 up to 9 to medium threat.
We're over the threshold.
And now there's combat, we go up to 10, we're comfortably within medium threat.
Which means that we can now, unfortunately, kill each other.
So, you know, John's you know, this complete ruse that he's just going to gently pull the crowbar from behind his back.
I've just got a feeling that the Greens are not going to be happy by the end of this turn.
Right, so we'll go to the melee.
Okay, so starting with our combat, I think we'll start with Billy. Let's get the walker kills going. So Billy's got his machete, and we have got a red and white dice for that, and he gets a 3.
And the walker gets 1, so not killed,
but laid prone.
But laid prone. Let's see if Negan can do better, because Negan is an absolute beast. So blue and 2 white against that walker. He murderizes it.
He's dead.
So that's 5 walkers killed. We're halfway there.
Certainly are.
See, John, I want to use John's rule. He's technically outnumbered because there's 2 girls, but he's not.
I know. The 2 of them, they're only as good as 1.
So his crowbar gives him nothing extra because he's not making a smash roll, but he's got a white dice for his melee.
The girls are unarmed, so they just get their base red.
Okay, so...
which is a 1.
John rolls a 2, so he wins the combat. So that's a point of damage.
1 damage, we're down to 4 damage.
And now I've got to see if he bludgeons them down to the ground, which makes it very bad for them.
I don't want that to happen.
So I roll black dice, and on a star, you're laid prone. No, you're alright. So he basically just...
that is good news.
Smacks one of the girls around the side of the head.
Thinking ahead for next turn, that is good news, to be fair, because I don't want us to stay close together. So let's go with Patricia now, because Patricia does actually have a claw hammer as well, which is good. So that adds a white dice to her melee, and she rolls a 2.
And the walker rolls nothing at all.
Looks
so
like
again...
actually, she's going to re-roll using the girl's special rule, which was think of the children.
Yeah, of course you can.
Just to try and get the headshot, which we don't do.
So walker's not prone. I think the walker can defend here. I'm not sure if it can, but Herschel's just got to do damage, hasn't he?
He does, yeah. Now Herschel has a hunting knife, which is good because it adds a red dice. And
yeah, I can't beat that.
Yeah,
so
he gets his headshot.
Murderise that walker.
Lovely.
So that would be 6 walkers dead.
Oh yes. Back in business.
Oh, that is definitely back in business. So we'll go and tidy everything up and check the prone walkers and go to the end phase. And this is how things look at the end of the 3rd turn. We are in a very tricky situation now on 10 threat. Thinking about hurting each other, but we can't let the threat get much higher because then if it gets to 18, we both lose.
Yes, which is not what we want.
So you're going to have the saviours maybe holding their nerve and I don't know, actually. It's tricky. And I know Billy's got the leather jacket, so I can't just send Negan in to murder him. I mean,
leather jackets can be a lifesaver, quite literally.
So I think it's a tricky situation now. You've got more of a crew to get off the board as well.
I do. One more.
So you've got to think carefully about this as well.
Seeing Herschel's hardly made any progress up the board either.
Yeah, we've got 4 walkers that need to be killed before we can do anything. So actually it's going to be some very tough decisions this round.
It is.
Prone walkers stood up, 2 of them. The girl by the greens and the male one by Tara. The one that Billy's been trying to bludgeon has now stayed down. He's kind of hit it enough times.
It's been a long time coming, this game. It really has, and he's my elite as well, Billy.
So I wonder. Well, we'll do it in the actual game. But I'm tempted to put Negan like as the gatekeeper by the edge of the board, as just kind of like winding up with Lucille. So I've got priority for turn 4. So we'll go to the first activation with the Saviours. So everything's gone very kind of quiet and tactical now. We're like, I actually need to think through the activation. So actually, I think I'm going to change mine. And Tara is going to sprint to this position here, making noise and pulling in this walker. I was very tempted to try and hold my nerve early on, but I kind of want it to stay in medium at the moment because you've got 2 low nerve characters that will freak out.
Panic at this turn.
But I've got to be careful because with their panic might increase the threat as well.
I do.
So
might give them a bonus if we get a good one.
Go berserk, but then that increases the threat as well, so we've got to be very careful. So I'm going to just put Tara there for now and see how the rest of the turn develops.
Okay, so my furthest back character, because we want to get up the board, is going to activate first, which is Herschel. He's got nerve medium, so he's not going to panic at this stage, but the first action he's going to do is try and lower the threat, which he fails to do, which is annoying. It's annoying.
He's like, everyone just stay calm, everyone stay calm. They're like, John just hit us with a crowbar.
So they're not staying calm, are they? They're not staying calm. So he runs to there, and that pulls in the nearest walker. But he should be okay, because he has a hunting knife, so he can look after himself.
Oh, this is interesting. There's lots of tense decisions happening now.
Oh.
Negan for me then, he was going to go into Herschel and attack him, and then Ian's reminded me that he's got a blooming leather jacket as well.
Shouldn't have told you that.
I'm going to have to pop the leather jackets at some point, but for now, I think I just need to be manageable with what I'm doing. So, I can make noise, but realistically you've got gory clothing on, which isn't going to make much of a difference. So Negan is simply going to walk to there.
Ooh.
To engage the girls.
That is evil.
And he's like, well, you think John's crowbar's bad? Let me introduce you to Lucille.
Oof.
I was again tempted to lower the threat, but I think I'm going to stick with it for now.
Okay, so we're going to activate Patricia. I want to activate her first because, depending on the result of this panic, that will influence what Billy's going to do later on. So we'll roll a panic dice, which we get question mark, which stands for terrified, and we can only perform 1 action this turn. Could be worse.
That's not the worst one to roll,
no,
is it?
it's not at all. Have we got a run template?
Yeah, you've just got one up there, mate.
Lovely. So essentially she's going to run. Oh, she can easily do that. She's going to run and help out her husband, but that will create noise and pull the nearest walker, which was probably this one actually.
Yeah, so I'll get a shamble. Oh, it's going to get into her though.
Yeah, that's fine.
So just
again, she can look after herself. She's got the hammer.
All right, decisions back to the Saviours then with John. So John's had some hard decisions to make there. He's tempted to stay and help out the boss, but at the same time, there's a lot of walker kills potentially on the table here if we roll well. So he's going to attempt to lower the threat, which he fails to do.
A lot of failures of notice on these dice rolls.
It's not the end of the world, it's alright. I was tempted to go into Billy, but I'd be rolling worse dice, so I think I'm just going to run to this position here, which will pull in this redneck walker here. I believe that's just Billy left to go.
There is. Like Tom said, it's really tough decisions because Billy's got 2 options really. We can start to head for the exit off the board, but there's no point really getting up there until we've got enough walkers killed to be able to get off the board. So what we're actually going to do with Billy is attempt to lower the threat, first of all, which we fail to do. Again,
we're really not good at
I know
now.
We're not. And then in his flustered state, because he's not held his nerve, he's just going to charge the prone walker, hopefully for an easy kill.
Alright then, so we'll check all the kill zones and go to the event phase. So the girls have just had a bit of trouble there with their mass sense.
They have. So basically now that the threat is medium, we needed to roll a black dice to see if the rule would apply, and unfortunately, as we have been doing in this game so far, we didn't get a star. So basically the girls have now got Negan on one side of him and a Walker on the other, and it's the lesser of 2 evils. The
thing is, this looks like a pun home run for Negan, but then he's going to be the furthest guy back, which I really don't want him to be.
He is.
So let's have a look at the event cards then. We've got won't stay down. For each prone walker, roll a black and white dice. On a star, the walker gets up. So we've got 1 prone walker at the back with Billy. So it gets up.
Oh no, that only got in there for an easy kill.
Takes away the easy kill away from him. So we don't have to add 1 to the threat, which would be if there were no prone walkers. However, medium threat, each player rolls a blue dice and moves that many eligible walkers in the direction of their choice.
Lovely.
So I get 1.
And I get 3.
Oh
Love it.
dear. So I've got priority, so I'll move mine first and then we'll cut to your choices.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's changed things a little bit.
It has, it has.
All those walkers that were at the top of the board that we were kind of ignoring have kind of shuffled in. So I've put a walker to go and interfere with Patricia. You've put 2 near John.
I have. I couldn't get them into combat, but they're hanging around there, so they might cause some damage.
And this little lady over here has just gone to run interference, maybe.
She was a really tough decision to make because I'm not sure I want to block up our escape, but at the same time I didn't want to move her nearer to Patricia as well. So I was
this could potentially be a lot of walker deaths. So everybody is in contact with a walker. So it's going to be interesting in the sense that we could very quickly get 10, or we might not get many kills at all, and then it could be a mess.
Yeah.
So I've got priority, so we'll go to the melee phase. We add 1 to the threat, which we're up to 11 now, which is a dangerous level to be at, I think.
It is.
So we're going to see how the saviours do to start. Right, let's get stuck in with the saviours then. So we're going to start with John just here. He's got his crowbar, so he's after a white dice. He gets 1.
And the walker gets a 1.
1, so draw, survivor wins, just pushes it away. Tara has got her hunting knife, so she's got a white dice and a red dice going into melee here. Ooh, 2 with a bite. 2 with a bite. She can re-roll ones that have got the sharp, so I'm going to re-roll this dice. Kill it.
Sense.
So that will kill that walker, and it will also impress Negan, so she'll take this red dice and keep that for a future roll. Negan then against the girls.
Oh no, so the girls they've not got any weapons, so they only get the base red.
Go for it then. So you've got 1 in the bank. So I'm going to roll for the walker first, because in case it bites, it doesn't.
That's
so it's
good news.
just Negan then. So Negan's got 2 whites for Lucille and his blue for his combat. Ooh, 3, not as good as I wanted it to be. Not as good as I wanted it to be.
So damage 3 takes us down to
So 2 points of damage that was then.
Oh, was it only 2 points?
Yeah, because you rolled a 1, didn't you?
Oh, of course, yeah. So
that's not great. I wanted Negan to murderise them. So he will basically push them that way. They'll separate. And we will go to the green family.
Okay, so over to the greens for their melee. Then Billy is facing this walker that has now stood up.
Having that aura still alive is really annoying, because now you've got that. It could
be beneficial for me here. Think of the children, you know. You've got to think of the children. So with that roll, we get 2.
The walker rolls 2 with a bite, so it's a draw. This walker will not die.
It won't die. Is this 3 turns that I've been fighting it now? So, no, it's frustrating, that. It's very frustrating. So, let's go over to here then, where we've got Patricia with her claw hammer. See what damage she can deal. She can deal 2.
And the walker's rolling 3 dice here.
Oh, she's bitten.
That's 3 with a bite.
Oh,
that's a point of damage and a bite.
Oh, that's nasty.
So that knocks her down to 3.
It does.
But she will get kind of pushed away as they nibble at her. Herschel.
And well, Herschel might end up amputating something, so, you know, just to make sure that she doesn't die.
Just amputate her bow arm, that'll be fine.
So here we go, Herschel, let's see how we do. And he gets
2 with a kill.
Yeah.
Walker rolls 1, so that's another 1 dead. Which brings us to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 walkers dead.
Ooh, hopefully next turn that'll be
the next turn is going to swing it, I think. So we'll go to the end phase. And here we are at the end phase of the 4th turn, and Patricia has taken one of her infected damage there, so she's down to 2 HP.
Down, I think soon.
So
see, the issue that I've got now is I was thinking of amputating with Herschel, like I've just said, but she's down to 2 wounds now, and is it worth killing? She might survive for another turn or 2, so...
Well, when I've got no shooting in my faction, you can reliably kind of wait it out. I think the panic rolls are going to be interesting here. Having Herschel next to her will probably help her quite a bit.
Yeah, well, Herschel has a special rule called Patriarch, because he's the leader, which means that she can re-roll the yellow dice once if she's not happy with the results, so... could be beneficial.
Right, so you have activation priority this turn, so we'll go to the first activation of the green family.
Okay, so we're going to activate Patricia then. She is going to panic, and the result of that this time... Oh, this is dodgy.
Scream.
She's got Scream. Now, if I just read out what that does... the Scream is make noise, take one more action, even though she won't get it because she's about to get mobbed, and add 1 to the threat. This is one of those options where I'm going to use Herschel's leader ability, which is Patriarch, because basically I don't want that to happen. So
reroll it.
Yeah, I can only do this once though. And then this time we get the one that we wanted. We get Berserk.
So that's +1 to the threat.
Yeah, act normally, add red dice to melee attack, and add 1 to the threat. So that is a good.
Because you want to barrel in, you go on a suicide run.
I've revealed to Tom what my plan was going to be actually, and I'll do it for you now. So basically, she's going to run straight into Negan to try and tie him up. That's going to create noise, so he's going to pull that walker in there.
I mean, good luck to her.
I know.
But she's still like the bloodlust of kind of fighting off those walkers. Maybe it's the fact she's bitten.
I think it is.
The virus is starting to take place.
And she's just going raging now to try and save the rest of her family.
Well, let's take Negan's activation away, so we've only got 2 now. Oh, Tara then is going to have to make some decisions to try and use up this leather jacket of Herschel's, because it'll pin him in. I'm still further ahead. So she's going to try and lower the threat to start with. Which she fails. No one can lower the
how many attempts is that now? I can't remember. 5, I think.
But she's going to move to here to engage him, knowing that he is within these 2 walkers' kill zones. And hopefully that will be enough dice chucked in him to eat that leather jacket. And then she can probably kill him afterwards. Okay,
so we're going to activate Billy. Now, Billy wants to advance up the board, but while he stood next to something that's worth searching, let's do a search action first. Oh, we find something useful as well. He finds an old gun. You never know when you might need a gun.
Well, he's got a good shooting value, actually.
He has. He's actually a fantastic shot, to be fair.
And now you've got the ability to cause mayhem.
Oh, and that is an advantage.
Which is very tasty later on.
It really, really is an advantage, that one. So
he takes that marker.
He does, which is lovely. And then...
You're eyeing up that gun now.
I am, because that's changed my thoughts.
You just heard his tone change.
He's a really good shot. I might save it for the...
You can finish that vendetta on that walk.
I could finish the vendetta on the walk quite easily now, but the only issue is then it'll change my plan somewhat.
And it will pull in that massive horde of walkers that are in the top by John.
Which is not what we want to do, really. But, yeah, no, I'm going to do with what my original plan was. But that gun is going to be potentially really useful in the future. So he's actually just going to run straight towards Tara, but that's going to create noise, which is just going to pull the nearest walker. What would you say, into Herschel or into Billy?
Into Billy, I think it's a straight run, but it will split the combat when that happens.
Lovely.
So we're back to John. Right, John's job is to kill walkers so we can actually get towards the end of this. So he's going to try and hold his nerve. Hey, he does. He's hard as nails, so that reduces us down to 11.
That's good.
Apologies for the 4 on there. And then he's going to simply... he's going to walk to the extremity of this walker's kill zone so that he knows he's going to get into a fight with it, but he's not within the kill zone of these other ones, so bit of tactical.
Yeah, no, makes sense. Okay, so my last activation for this round is the girls, Susie and Rachel, and let's see what happens to them when they panic and they get shh, which is, that's not what I wanted at all.
You wanted to make noise.
I know, I did actually really want to.
They can't cause any noise now.
Yeah. We only perform 1 action this turn and it may not cause noise or mayhem. Oh dear, I wish I hadn't said what my plan was.
Yeah, you were hoping to make noise to kind of pull Negan away with
the
walker.
Yeah, but we can't make any noise this turn, but never mind. But what we can do...
So you can't run.
I can't run, and I was going to run as well, but I can creep, which is something. So, with our creep action, we can just start to make...
Get away from the big scary man with the bats.
Basically, yeah. But never mind, it's still progress.
So we'll go to the event phase and see how we do. So onto the event phase then, and Negan has got tagged by a walker. It was just within range.
I was pleased with that. So it didn't completely ruin the plan that I had. It's just delayed the girls getting up the board.
However, Herschel's dealing with Tara and a walker.
He is.
Which is going to be quite tasty there.
He's a medical man. He'll be fine.
It's a medical. So the event card then, mate.
Yeah, so drawing from the top of the pile, we get Fear, which is one of the new event cards. We are adding white dice to the threat. Let's hope for a blank. No, we get 2. That's exactly the opposite.
Puts it up to 13. We're on the cusp of high threat now.
Yeah, we are actually. Now, the player with initiative, which is me, chooses 1 standing survivor, either friend or foe. That model must panic in its next activation, regardless of its nerve. And I think I'm going to choose the boss man.
Negan. So next turn he will freak out.
He will.
So I'll put a panic dice on his card to remind us. That'll be interesting to see Negan like kind of rocking on the floor.
I know. Something you never really see, Negan panic.
So we will split the combat and we'll go to the melee, which will push us into level 14, high threat.
Nice.
We need to manage this threat
carefully. We really do.
So we'll go to the green family first.
Okay, so first combat then of this round, we're going to go with Patricia, who is going berserk, probably because of this bite, to be perfectly honest. And let's see if we can get Walker kill number 9, will this be?
This will be number 9 if we can get it.
We want it, and no, we're not going to get it.
2, the Walker rolls 1, so she knocks it down, which is not ideal, but it's not the worst thing in the world.
We did pre-measure as well. She's outside of the range of the children to gain the bonus, which is unfortunate.
Billy next.
Yep, so Billy has got his machete.
He's only got half a walker to kill. He should be alright.
Yeah, easy peasy. No,
No.
not easy peasy at all. Oh!
That's a point of damage and a bite unless you want to use your leather jacket.
Yeah, we do.
You use your leather jacket.
Yeah,
so the leather jacket ignores all results of the combat.
It does, because we just don't want to be bitten.
You don't want to be bitten. However, that makes him very vulnerable now to the...
Well, it does, but it's better than having a bite, isn't it? Because I'd have 50% of my force bitten then.
I would love Negan to roll berserk and then just barrel into him. So Herschel has got Tara and a walker.
Yeah.
Tara's not going to use her impress me dice because you've got a leather jacket on Herschel, so she's going to see how the walker does first. So the walker rolls nothing.
Yeah. So then...
Herschel, I imagine, is attacking Tara.
Yes, he is, yeah absolutely. And he gets 2.
And she's got a white and a red. She gets 1, so point of damage done to Tara.
First point of damage thing you've taken, hasn't it?
It is, first one's there, pushed away. Herschel just slaps her with a medical bag.
It does.
And we will go to the saviours next. Oh, frayed nerves Negan then. Let's see how he does before things go badly. So he's got blue and 2 whites. It's dead. So he murders that walker. Maybe that's it. Maybe he just has a moment of like, oh my god, I'm killing things.
I don't think he has a conscience though, so you know.
No, so that's walker number 9.
Yeah.
John, could he get the last one? He's got a crowbar, so go on, mate, you go first.
For once, I'm going to shout for you here to try and get a kill. And the walker gets a 1.
And John gets a 1. Oh no, so it's a draw. So we've got 1 walker that needs to be killed before we can start legging it off the board.
Excellent.
That's going to make this one very tense. You might need to use that bow and that gun, I think.
Yeah, possibly.
So we'll go to the end phase and see if any walkers stand up. And at the end of turn 5 then, Patricia's not succumbed to her infection yet.
Which is good.
She's kind of clawing towards Negan. That's probably what's freaking him out. All these things.
I know. Got some woman that's been bitten basically charging towards him, so...
So the walker that was near Negan has also stood up, which is also adding to his panic. But yeah, I've got initiative for this next turn, so I think we're probably going to have to start with Negan and see what he does.
Oh, definitely.
I think that's probably going to be the influence. So we'll go to the first activation for the saviours. Big bad boy Negan. What's going to happen to him? Ooh, what's the question mark?
So that is terrified. He can only perform 1 action this turn. I've never seen Negan terrified in my life.
Doesn't add anything to the threat though, does it?
Nothing adds to the threat, which is a good thing for us. It's literally just a case of only doing 1 action.
I am very tempted to do some sort of like making of noise, but I am simply going to make a sneak then, and I'm going to sneak to there.
Makes sense to be fair.
To engage Patricia and just be like, you think you're scary? Take this.
Okay, so we're going to activate Billy and we're just going to do a little bit of clever manoeuvring because he's found this gun, which is fantastic, and he's just going to creep to here.
You're like a magpie since you found this gun.
I know, I literally was so pleased to draw that out because I was thinking really I could have given Billy the crossbow instead of Patricia, but you know, I just thought it would be nice for Patricia to have it, but now he's got his own gun, so let's see what he can do with it. He's actually going to be shooting at Tara because she is hurt and she's only got 3 wounds left, so could be a good shout. Now he gets base red and white, but then he actually gets a red dice because of the old gun as well. And let's see what happens. And he gets 3.
Tara's got a blue on her defence. I've also just realised that Tara should have been rolling an extra red dice against every walker. Now I don't think it matters because she's killed most of them.
She has actually, she's very lethal.
Apologies for that.
Oh!
She tags it.
But the noise or the mayhem on its own is a big
immediately
effect.
adds 1 to the threats up to 15.
Oh my goodness me.
And the bubble of effect is every walker in this kind of half of the board.
It's just going to move, isn't it?
So, this one will go into Billy.
Yep. Come on, Billy. Let's make it number 10.
This one into Herschel, this one into Tara.
Yep. This one into Patricia.
Yep. This one will go into John. This one will walk round into John towards the noise. And then this one will smash its shins into the barricade. I think that's all of them.
It is.
So you've got the girls as well?
Yeah, girls are the last ones to go. They are going to panic and they're still out of range of Herschel. So the result of the panic is question mark, which was...
So they're the same, can only take 1 action?
Yep. Yeah, only take 1 action. There's no thing on what it can be. So it can be any action. And we're going to run, actually. Because everything is tied up, so there's no danger as such. But can we help out? Our father possibly can do that, so...
Get that aura. I wish I would have killed them earlier. I wish I would have had that good roll, because they're a pain.
I know, so
they can go into the combat.
Oh yeah, they're going to help out. You know, throw an extra dice in there. I think we should be able to kill that walker.
Right then, so we'll go to the event phase and see how that messes us up next. Okay then, this is there weren't many activations in that one.
No, there wasn't.
So we'll go straight to the event card. We've got Won't Stay Down, so high threat we're on at the moment. 2 blue dice worth of walkers enter play and all prone walkers stand up. So luckily threat doesn't go up, but we've got no prone walkers, so 2 blue dice worth is 3 walkers entering play.
That can change it, so try and escape.
So I've got priority, so I'll place 2 and you'll place 1. Yep. So we'll cut and do that now. And as we cut back, you can see that one of us has got a bit more aggressive than the other.
Yes, definitely so.
So I've put the 2 walkers in the barrier for where the survivors need to get off, just to cause some hassle. Yeah. You've put the prison walker right in the corner.
Well, nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it.
He just came on from the last battle report in the prison and just kind of like, all right, guys, all right.
Nice to see you again.
So we have got combat, which means we'll go up to level 16. Oh, we need to kill that walker. And we've just said off camera, if it gets to 18 and we have started evacuating, if we've killed the 10, it's the person with the highest percentage of their force, shall we say? Or
that sounds good.
Yeah, highest percentage of their force, which means I have a bit of an advantage.
Yes,
with only 3 survivors, but then Negan's at the back. So
yeah, but I'm also closest off the board as well.
So we'll have to see how that works out. But anyway, we'll go to the combat and we will start with the saviours. Right then, Negan and the Walker versus Patricia.
Oh yes.
So the Walker's going to go first and roll some nothing. That's so it's going to be down to Negan.
Patricia gets 2, which isn't bad.
So Negan with Lucille. Oh, it's 3, but I can add another white dice because I've rolled a headshot. So
you've only got 2 wounds left, Patricia.
Let's roll another white dice. Oh, so lucky.
So how many wounds does she take?
She takes 2 because the headshot goes through, doesn't it?
She's gone.
It kills her.
She's gone.
Kills her with a headshot, so she doesn't come back any walker or anything like that. But he does bludgeon her away. But that does put Negan at the back of the pack, which is not
considerably.
So John's up next. He's outnumbered in combat, so he adds another white dice. So he's got 2 white dice against walkers. So go on, you go first, mate.
Walkers.
3 dice to walkers, 2 with a bite.
I think John will be fine. Yeah.
So he manages to kill 1.
That's the golden 10.
And knock the other one prone. So just grab this and pop that walker there. So that is our 10th walker. We can now begin the evacuation.
We can.
Tara then is actually going to roll the correct dice this time. So she's got a white and a red.
She's doing well without it.
Gets another red against the walker. I'm going to keep my impressed dice held just in case I need that next turn.
Walker rolls blank. Excellent.
And Tara impresses Negan again, so she gains another red dice to her dice pool to use later. So she might have to just barrel into somebody. And we will go to the Green family next.
Okay, so we're going to start with Herschel and the girls facing off against this walker here. Let's see how they do. They get 3, which can knock it prone.
Do you want to take any of your rerolls?
Yes, we will, because Herschel can re-roll in the presence of the girls. Comes back out as a 1 as well.
Walker rolls nothing, so it is pushed away and not prone. But the walkers don't really matter now. They're a bit incidental.
They're just in the way, aren't they? That's the only issue.
Billy?
Yep, so Billy has got his machete. Let's see what damage he can deal. And he kills.
Hey, he definitely does kill. So that walker is gone. So now we're finally rinsing through.
I know, we have. We've got 12 kills now, so laughing.
Right, so we'll go to the end phase, check the prone walkers, and cut back. And Ian's got some incredible decisions to make now with the priority going into next turn. We've had 1 walker stand up, but the one at the bottom of the screen is still on the floor. And that's kind of bitten you in the backside.
We're done with that stand up, because we were just saying then in the interlead, literally, we could have tried and tied both of your characters up there, which would have been brilliant for me.
But this is inevitably going to be the last turn, so now it's a case of just barreling off the board and trying to get as many people off now. We've got the requisite number of walkers dead. So we will go to the first activation, which will be the Green family.
Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to activate Billy first. This has got to be the last turn, it really is, isn't it? So, because of what the aim of the game is, Billy is going to run off the board.
However, Billy's going to freak out before he does anything. So Billy's got his medium nerve.
Oh, he does? Do you know, I forgot
I literally just noticed it then.
Of course, so let's see what he does, because that can be a game
space in the middle there, mate.
So he gets...
Run conveniently!
Do you know, he gets run away from the nearest enemy, which is directly off the board.
Yeah, so he's just going to...
Yeah, there's no need for the reroll from Herschel.
He's just going to peace out straight away.
Yeah, no problems there whatsoever.
So that is 1 of your people off the board.
It is, which is good.
Oh, decisions. Right, so we've seen an opportunity here. So Negan is going to sprint to engage both of these 2 and rob them of their activations. It'll make noise, which this walker will kind of hit the lamppost, which means I've just got to get Tara and John off the board. So I'm going to go straight into their activations.
Yeah.
Run template. It's just up here. Tara then.
Nice and easy.
Is going to get off the board. John is going to get off the board. So Negan has...
He's won it for you.
He's messed people up. He's messed people up. So we're going to go to the end phase. He's got the end phase, the event phase.
Yeah.
Let's see what we get. And we're going to the event phase of what will be the final turn.
Yeah.
So we are drawing frayed nerves. Oh dear God! Right, high threat then. So we do the medium. One model with low or medium nerve chosen by the player initiative, which is you, creates mayhem. If there are no eligible walkers, add 1 to the threat level. So it's going to add 1 anyway from the mayhem. Then, because we're on high threat, blue dice worth of walkers enter play. So we're going to let Ian choose who makes mayhem, and we'll roll the character, the walkers coming in. Do you want to roll the blue dice, and we'll do it all in one go then?
So the blue dice is a 2.
That's 2 walkers that enter play. So we will do all the mayhem, let you know what happened, and cut back in a sec.
Fab.
And we've cut back, and everything. The combat's going to be split everywhere now, to be honest, isn't it? Yeah. 2 walkers enter play. You put them on the barrier.
I have, just makes them visible, doesn't it? I suppose they're coming from there.
But we're going to go to the combat to round this off, and we'll split them. And the threat level goes up to 18.
It does.
So the game will end here.
Yep, certainly will. Okay, so with our combat then, we're going to start with the girls, who are now just facing a walker, which is far better than facing Negan. So, well, it is, isn't it? They might actually survive the game. So they roll a 1, which isn't bad.
Walker rolls 2 with a bite.
But they do survive to the end of the game, at least, which is good, because that takes them down to...
the bite might trigger in the end phase.
Oh, well, that's true, actually. That is true. But you've got a 50% chance of making it to the end of the game.
They've done okay. Right, Negan versus the Walker and Herschel. So do you want to roll the Walker first?
Yeah, the Walker dice gets a blank.
Nothing, so it's just Herschel and Negan attacking each other.
Herschel gets 3, which is good.
That's tasty. Negan gets 3. But you've got a headshot that only goes through when it's beaten.
Yeah.
So they just basically swing at each other and separate.
There it goes.
So we'll go to the end phase, count up the tally, and round off the game. And here we are at the end of the game then, and the girls didn't die from the bite.
The girls survived. I'm very pleased that the girls survived, because, they are the weakest characters on the board by a mile, so if they survive next to Negan, it's quite something.
I like the idea that Negan's lieutenants just ran away from him and left him. But that is 25% of yours off the board.
Yeah.
66 for mine.
I know, but if you've only got 3 models, 2 models makes quite a bit, doesn't it?
That's the advantage. We'll do a handshake on camera around here, mate. Great game. And we will go to the post-match summary next. And we are back, and we stole that.
I know.
Absolutely stole that.
There was a time I thought it was won. I thought the game was done, but no, Tom stole it at the end.
I said to Ian though, like when Negan stayed back to attack the girls, I was like, that's a good move in a normal game, but actually in this one that's a bad move.
Because you would want to control the centre of the board under normal circumstances.
And take out the buffs and that.
Yeah.
But I was like, he's the furthest back and we all run the same distance, so that's not the best move.
I know, yeah. I think the girls provided good distraction in that sense, actually.
Yeah, they were really,
which was nice.
It's a really thematic game type that I really enjoyed. I love the mad dash. As soon as we got to 10 kill walkers, we were like, go, go, go.
I know, but then it got to 10, 11, 12 in very quick succession as well.
And like the threat tracker as well, we weren't sure how long we were going to take to get to medium, and actually I think you said every time we've played this, it's played massively differently.
Yeah, it has. I think this is my 4th attempt at this scenario, and there's not been 2 games alike, so it is really versatile. And if you have a go at it at home, then you can just make it however you want it to be.
There's not been any John Skullbag kind of scumbaggery kind of smacking the
That was the first time that's happened.
Yeah, it's poor play. But yeah, let us know what you think in the comments. And as we said, you can download this in the description and have a go. And definitely, I think you've got a massive variety of game types to show off. So
yeah, so maybe next time we can play something else.
Yeah, we're going to monopolise those, I think. So thank you very much for watching. Let us know what you think, and we'll see you in the next one.
So guys, I do hope you enjoyed that video as much as we enjoyed making it. If you did and you want to see some more, check out these videos over here. And if you want to support the channel, it is greatly appreciated. We do have a Patreon, the link is in the description below. Anyway, I'm off to have a word with Tom about editing some more videos.